we go, ladies and gentlemen, getting into the action of this first game of the best of 5. OG up against Tundra, fighting for that one spot in ESL One Birmingham that awaits one of these Western European teams. The tips flying out already. This is going to be a spicy one.
It really is, and it's gonna be planning from both sides very early on. As Whitemon an instant TP out, puts a ward down to get some scout out. I guess maybe of just lane positioning / smokes and stuff. Well, geez, looks like they're maybe looking for the fight here.
They certainly are. Smokes out. They've got pretty strong first blood potential here.
Sure do.
As Pure, he's going to walk into a bit of a nasty surprise. There's the bushwhack into the light strike array. This will be first blood, and it's Ari who's going to be taking it. First blood. OG is not. I mean, that's a hard point to be caught at. I don't think Pure expects to get caught at that specific position at this sort of moment in the game for a first blood catch off like that. That's a pretty heads up movement there from OG. And honestly, when they go like that, maybe they expect to find a support. They actually find a big one. They find Pure.
It's definitely massive, and they're already spotting. I mean, look at Thompson. They put a very aggressive ward down looking for him, but it's spotted.
Yeah, both teams aware of Eva's ward there, or did one of them miss it?
They're both checking, but neither are aware at the moment. So yeah, okay. Ari getting first blood. Oh,
I mean, MC and 9 class maybe
some TPs.
They're going to look towards Seb. They will jump in with a blast off. Well, they should be able to get a kill themselves on the board nice and early. Indeed, they will. 9 class gets the last touch on Seb. A kill on the board here for Tundra. They strike back.
I like the blast off level 1s quite a bit. I saw it from I think Zayats and a couple others also. He did it earlier today too. It's tends to secure you a nice little kill, so they strike back. Both 4 positions, starting with a little bit of an early advantage. What did Ari bring out with the courier? More regens, stick and stuff like that. So they look to apply as much pressure as possible up here onto this Naga Siren. And these 2 heroes have good ways to clear the illusions early. With the shockwave plus the spam of the bushwhack.
It's not going to be too easy here for Pure to find the chance to CS with those illusions after a few levels are in for those potential early nukes that OG do have with the 2 of them. I think mid's going to be mid's going to be the boring lane, right? Nothing's going on here. Puck DK. Unlikely to see solo kills, right? Yeah.
Yeah, unlikely. Thompson, I mean, we've seen him do crazy stuff, so who knows what can happen, but overall BZM should have a good time. I mean, they're going at it.
They are. Trying to push the limits, at least on these early levels when, at least from Thompson's perspective, BZM's a little bit fragile with the first having the 1 point of Dragon's Blood. Whoop. Top lane is a juicy 2-man skewer there from Whisper. Not quite having the follow-up, Ari having to back up himself, as he did get harassed by both of them, how they're doing on the regen. Ari's got plenty of tangos for lane, Whisper's still with a couple. See down bottom. It's going to be. This is one of those lanes right where.
Pressure, Lina.
Yeah, if you don't close the gap, you don't close the gap, and you're getting slapped back by both Yuragi and Seb. But if you do get in on top of one of them, high chance of a kill. It's all down to positioning on this bottom lane from OG and how well they can keep their distance from Mind Control and 9 class.
Playing versus like these range carries and stuff like that as techies is quite a bit more annoying, especially with something like an Enigma, which if you go in, you'll get the kill, but you're gonna die. So you always have to be a little careful of how you play this lane. So yeah, Yuragi should have a bit of a better time, I would imagine, than Pure, but we'll see what ends up going down. Mid, yeah, BZM he's gonna own. So
yeah, he's gonna continue to have this lead. It's gonna be very difficult in this matchup for Thompson to sort of close that gap. BZM on that DK pick. It's easy life for him in this laning stage.
Very ideal pick. And a good pick for the overall state of the game, right? Like, yeah, Doom is going to be devastating for him and all that, but if he gets good farm, he can scale quite hard this game. There's an Empower that can be thrown on him, and he's going to be versus Naga Siren, so his isolation will be natural. Here? Not for
you. Bottom lane. And when they hit the level 3, both teams definitely going to have kill potential. It's in there. Okay. What do we got?
I was just checking what item Yuragi was bringing, if he was bringing the fluffy head and stuff for raindrop. He's just bringing the blades right now. I think just you get like the fluff, you get your Falcon Blade, you get your raindrop, and then you're pretty safe on this Lina. Even if they commit on you, they very likely won't kill you.
Yeah. I think that's one of the reasons I really like Lina right now. It's just the build-up, it's just you can't mess it up. You pretty much do the same every single time. Yeah, Blades, Wand, then you finish the Falcon.
But the TP,
try with the jump in. 3. The does stun to hold back Mind Control a little bit, but the Sprout is out. Mind Control able to make sure that there's no escape from Yuragi out of the Sprout. Yeah, that little plus
nice
one
TP
from Whitemon coming in on the bottom lane, it's enough
Top.
to take out the Lina.
Whisper will try to take advantage of some type of movement here. Can't quite. Good move. I think they should just like try to leave the dynamic kind of happening like this with Tundra, where they can get those TP moves in, find this wraparound behind the Lina. That was really clean. Because Pure, he can handle his own up top.
I think so, right? Yeah, he's not going to be dying solo against Whisper's Magnus. So just by all means, just try lane the Lina, because that's definitely one of the things that a Lina safe lane is going to hate the most. If she's got kind of 3 heroes to deal with down here, it can all become a little bit too much for her in the early lane.
Yeah, the only issue is, though, you're giving Magnus a free lane too now. And this is not just, it's Whisper, right? Like, this guy is probably one of the best offlaners, especially on some of these explosive heroes. So you're going to have to deal with a very farmed Magnus, a DK who has a free lane, in an attempt to slow down Lina. So you have to, we'll have to see if that's ended up being worth it there for Tundra or not. Because the supports are going to struggle on levels when they do this.
Now, see, for now, Whitemon, he'll return towards the top lane with the teleport scroll, but will have that teleportation ready if the move calls for it on any of these other lanes, specifically that bottom one. If Yuragi does get caught a little far away from the tier 1 tower. But he's back to playing safe. And indeed, that full Falcon Blade raindrop is going to be out pretty soon. And then, even with a +1, if he plays his cards right, he might not necessarily get killed off by the ganks.
Yeah, absolutely. And there can also just start being that extra +1 is beside the support soon, where BZM can even make moves very early on. 9 class.
I make the play here for 9 class. Light Strike. It's the Bushwhack. Got the +1 being teased with. Whitemon is ready to join them if either of Tundra's heroes are threatened too much. But as it stands, 9 class and Mind Control able to step back. Ari's going to look to maybe get in range for another Bushwhack. They know that 9 class is in the trees. Acorn shot to scout out Mind Control. They've got the Light Strike onto 9 class. They kill off the techies. Whitemon's turned up. He's got the Sprout. The Blood Grenade coming in on towards Yuragi, but it's not enough. Yuragi's able to step back, turns back in fact, with a Dragon Slave. The Malefice is upon Whitemon. He's into the trees, but the Acorn shot
MC
finds him.
also.
They kill off Whitemon. MC tries to fight back, but now he's completely outnumbered. He's got nothing left to play with himself. Pops a Fairy Fire. Stick charges, tries to get back in onto Yuragi, but he cannot survive this. As all 3 of them end up getting taken down here. I mean, that's got to hurt, right, folk? They're trying to put this focus, this pressure on bot. Can't get anything. The TP's coming in. Not enough damage to kill BZM. He walks away from it all. He's perfectly fine. He's going to be healing up easily with those 2 points of the Dragon Blood. Some rough movements here in this first sort of 6 minutes coming out from Tundra that OG are going to be feeling very comfortable with.
OG's they're playing it very safe here, while Tundra, the greed is being punished. I have to be real. Like, the Doom just can't really approach, can't walk up versus these triple ranged heroes. They just peep on him. MC having a very, very slow start. The Puck getting slowed down. Naga also. Whisper, he's getting aggressive top. He just went for an attempted kill onto Pure here. That's kind of crazy.
He's not scared at all. He's got the Quelling to get out of the Sprout. He's got the Lotus, a couple of stick charges.
Oh, and look at bottom.
They've got the coil. This should be a kill. They've got the mine upon him. Thompson's in with the jump. They will at least be able to punish that Hoodwink.
At the least. He has to use it there, though, because Ari actually was placing a ward, scouting the TP from the Puck immediately. So if they don't go for that there, the Hoodwink just walks away, and it could just be a wasted TP from Thompson. No coil now for 60, though. BZM, 5 seconds until his Dragon form. He's going to look for this.
He's thinking about going aggressive. I mean, Pure's getting a little low. He has the RP teasers with the idea, but he's done the calculation. He knows that it wouldn't be quite enough to take down Pure. But yeah, Whisper, he is... he knows how much he's just in control of his top lane. It doesn't matter if Pure's got a +1 up here. Whisper, he feels that strong that he'll be the one that gets aggressive.
Very control of all 3 lanes. Mid's getting pressured, might force reaction. Let's see, Yuragi, this could be a move. Can they get the catch onto this Lina?
They've got to get this Lina. Yuragi's having too good of a time down here. His top net worth. They really need to try and punish him, but the mine's missing. Whitemon's TP'd in. He's not in an angle to get the setup. Yuragi, he's perfectly fine. He's now hit level 6. He's going to turn. He's going to find 9 class. They've got 3 heroes here, but they're not killing the Lina. Yuragi won't manage to get the Light Strike. Good jukes from 9 class. But this is 3 heroes, and Yuragi doesn't care whatsoever. They're not threatening him at all. The mid tower is pretty much falling here 8 minutes in as Ari, BZM, and Seb get in with the push. Malefice is there onto Thompson. Thompson's got to jump out here with the Waning Rift and the Luigi Orb. I mean, you could definitely feel the frustration from Tundra. They're trying to do something, but it already feels like 8 minutes in, they're running out of options in terms of moves to make against OG.
This is the way that OG's played. Incredibly oppressive Dota. It's dominance across the map. They react well to the movements early. They've fixed their lanes a little. Well, I say fix, but make that quick move to adjust to help the Lina. And now Yuragi's just absolute free farm, even though he's died once.
And was very close to getting a solo kill there. Again, they're going to try and make something else happen here once more. At least it seems so. But with the way that they've had to sort of spend a lot of time with the two supports here, Mind Control, he's not yet hit the 6. It's a bit slower on the timing, so hard to find that window to get in and on top of this Lina. Yuragi's perfectly fine, and the crazy thing is with the way that they set up the early lane is at this point he's just not really needed a lot of backup. He's just been on his own. He's just completely free farming still.
And look at this, BZM getting aggressive, walking in. A lot of heroes coming over.
Nice little self-sprout to TP out, make sure that the vision's not there for
he's not
Dragon
6
Tail's Connect. He's trying to turn up for some action. It's a level 7 DK. Got the blast, and they bring BZM down. They do. The coil's there. They've got BZM, they've got Ari, they've got Seb. Yuragi's turned up, but now the 6 has been hit. He'll kill off Thompson. But Yuragi's going to be ticking down pretty low here. Mind Control going to look for the wraparound to make sure that final bit of damage is offered up to bring him out. Yuragi, he's got no other way to play out of this. Tundra, they finally find a pretty solid move. They're playing around that high ground. All kind of started with OG's trying to bring down Whitemon, but with that self-sprout TP away, they don't find him, and the opportunity is given for Tundra to strike back.
Kind of landed all their spells perfectly. I think the Sprout blocked off everybody. They land, what, 2-man blast off onto them, and then the Doom gets 6. Perfectly done. Needed that to come back here for Tundra.
They did that. Quite the gold swing back towards at least bringing down that lead.
He's stuck.
Pretty dead. And he certainly
got stuck.
He got stuck?
He got trapped by the Eidolon. He put it right in front of him, and he just kept going back and forth. He couldn't move.
Alright, and with that move, Seb getting the kill, getting the XP, he's pretty much going to have the level 6 on the next creep kill. From lane, Yuragi, not going to have enough damage to bring Mind Control down, but definitely gives him a right bit of a scare. Throws a Laguna Blaze straight in his face.
Stacks being spotted. Ari and BZM still looking to get aggressive. They still want to play super fast-paced, take these towers since they have this DK with this advantage. So looks like bottom's going to be the choice. Whisper, did he end up going for the blink or the Midas first? He did go the blink. So they've got the mag blink already also on the side of OG. And, oh, their wisdom was still there. Okay.
Bottom tier 1 tower getting pressured. BZM, he's going to have his Midas rolling out to him now.
So on top of having that very strong early game draft and everything too, they're making sure that they have that great scaling. Good Lina carry, of course, scaling, and then those Midases on the other 2 cores. Good pace to slow down, and Tundra, after those little bit of kills, have recovered things a lot here. Pure level 9, getting closer to matching the Lina's net worth.
Ari picks up the 6 from the mid creep wave, so can look to try and set something up again. The support's having their ults ready to go.
Has Whisper not shown his blink yet? He hasn't. Okay. So Whisper has his courier hidden on the side, as you see, and he's been showing himself in the wave. So making sure he can maybe get a sneaky play with that blink dagger.
That's pretty heads up. I imagine with the timing though and the space that he's been given, Tundra should anticipate that his blink will be there ready for him to make moves with.
Yeah, sometimes you just maybe think that they bought something else, but I think you'd imagine that Whisper's going to go blink, right?
Yeah.
So. Well, let's see. Can he surprise him? Yeah, delivered it now.
He's got the +1 of Ari coming in. If he can get the blink RP into a sharpshooter, should be a solid chance of getting a kill if anyone presents themselves, but Pure staying away from the towers, farming safely with the illusions. Tundra, they'll be the ones to make the smoke first, as Thompson ready to lead the way. The coil set up at the moment. Just Yuragi still on the bottom half of the map, but he knows it's getting to the point where this bottom area may not be so safe anymore. So takes the twin gate up towards the top side, and will leave this bottom half completely.
Looks like OG, they want to smoke, maybe get a ward up, try to spot where this Naga Siren, because she's occupying that top side entirely. You maybe want to try to get at least some vision there, if possible. I think they had one on Seb. Same thing for 9 class. He's doing kind of the similar movement on his own. Smoke down bottom, perhaps looking to place a ward to scout out where that Lina was playing. Do they catch Pure?
Pure's
gonna be the
farming
question.
in as safe a spot as it gets, as close to the base as possible, and It's a little too deep for Whisper and Ari to go hunting, so Pure will remain safe. Still trying to do his best to keep on track with Yuragi's farm, but Yuragi having that lead still. Very hard to match the farm he's going to be able to pick up with that fast timing of the Falcon Blade into the Maelstrom this game that he picked up from that safe lane.
He's going to have a very, very quick life nerd. Honestly, it's a pretty good game for it, too, versus both that Naga. And versus just like having some lack of catch. Clean their Ancients up, Tundra. Manta almost finished up on Pure.
Yeah, this Ancient stat's pretty much going to get him pretty close here to Yuragi's farm.
Pretty close. TP in, Whitemon doesn't get it.
And will cost him his life. Seb holding him back with the Eidolon block. BZM coming in for the finisher, but will manage to be able to get the deny to the neutrals. It's over to the Ancients. And Whitemon will not have to suffer the fact of giving away any gold or XP towards OG. Bottom lane Whisper.
Fence being mounted. Whisper's ready.
He's got his eyes on this. Do they feel they've got the burst to get through mind control? No, Whisper's holding back for now. Doesn't want to go for the Blink RP on that. Knows that it's unlikely that they would have been able to take down mind control. And indeed, there is a hell of a lot of backup. Tundra turning up in the numbers. They finish off the tier 1 tower.
That was close. Yeah, Whisper was, it was like a fraction of a second of him jumping in. It looked like he might actually just commit with it, but doesn't quite, and good thing he doesn't for the team.
Well, they want to go for a smoke back in on this. They take the tower, they back off, but then they smoke, get back in on this.
Blink on Doom, they've got Witchblade, they've got damage now, and they've got control.
Should be possible for... I actually want to say, but BZM's got the Blink Dagger, but he doesn't actually have a TP on him. So BZM can't join any fight that happens down here for now. It's a good time for Tundra to try and make a jump onto this, and Ari, and they're going to end up walking straight into them. Ari and Whisper step up to the high ground. They did not expect one bit for Tundra to be in that spot. An excellent smoke setup. And now in the mid-Pure, he's got Yuragi. The setup's there, and of course the rest of Tundra, they're ready to head on across and help out. TP's coming in. Is he going to be in time to help out Yuragi? BZM onto Pure. They actually kill off Pure. Pure's dead. Yuragi, he will fall. But
Thompson gone.
Definitely not without the cost of a couple of lives themselves. They'll lose both Thompson and Pure. See if Tundra can clean up BZM. They can't. He's able to turn with the Dragon Tail stun, holds back mind control. BZM making sure that Tundra, despite the fact they get away with a great setup on towards Yuragi's Lina, it does cost them. They lose both Pure and Thompson.
Didn't have a good... I didn't quite get to see. I didn't see what got the follow-up catch, but it didn't have a good follow-up to stop this Lina from getting spells off. They got, I think, almost a full arsenal of spells onto the Naga Siren with the DK hitting, so... They are limited on disable, so that can definitely happen, but... Bit of a trade exchange. BZM will be pretty happy. I don't think Tundra's too mad about that anyway, though. It was kind of...
Yeah, they get Yuragi.
Yeah, they get Yuragi.
You know, and of course, then pretty much what the early they got everyone apart from BZM at the end, really. And with the way that started off with both Whisper and Ari walking into that bit of a surprise trap that Tundra set inside the jungle of OG.
And so far, Whisper, you know, he's had his Blink Dagger over 5 minutes now. Hasn't been able to find anything with it, with the way that Tundra's been able to move around. So actually pretty big.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a
timing. Okay, which he's pretty much got the blink, so they're gonna have double blinks on the side of Tundra to get those initiations, and then they will with blink puck they should have follow up for all those times they get on the board.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, BZM ready to start applying pressure here on the top tier 2. What sort of response this gets from Tundra?
Radiant structures are fortified.
Well, I'd have to look at some stuff. I don't know. Have you seen if all the Magnuses buy the shard right away? Because he bought it very early. Pretty interesting.
I don't know. Yeah, that's I don't think that's every mag player right now. There's definitely quite a bit of variance with just overall Magnus item builds.
Yeah, cool.
In this patch right now, whether you want to go for like this Blink Midas or still getting some people go for the Echo Saber Harpoon, some people let it go for the Ags Rush.
Yeah, I mean this can be cool for poking from distance, right? You shockwave from much further. You're better at clearing the illusions of the Naga and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's mainly for sort of the illusions, we should say. That extra bit of burst.
means he's going to be playing not farming route. He's going to be playing like the I sit behind and just spam, and now I'm like a support kind of Magnus style until later on.
I mean, I like, especially because you have someone like the leaner on the team, in particular when the bots are done on Uragi. This hero just cleans up the map so quickly. See the smoke from Tundra. Thompson, he's got eyes on Ari. He's been set up with just the silence alone there, and with the Sprout. Beats him, takes him with the jump stun over towards Whitemon. They're going to look towards Whitemon, and Ari actually gets out of this. Micro jumps in, drops the Doom down onto BZM. They want to get rid of this DK, they will.
Big
follow up. The RP's there from Whisper. It doesn't matter, the counterplay is in place from Pure. He pops the song, the root's out onto Whisper. Whisper's going to go down, the Black Hole is there. The Laguna as well.
Pure's gone.
They bring down Pure, but Thompson, he's still fighting fit. Jump from Mike, drop with the stun, he's going to get the chance for Thompson to get the fade shift off, get out potentially with the orb. Uragi turns, focuses attention on towards Mike Control. Doom trying to walk away from this. The bounce of the Acorn shout, not enough to kill him. Thompson's back in, he's in over towards Ari, Orb closing the gap over towards the Hooping, but Ari turns, gets the bushwhack off, another jump stop. They're backing onto Uragi, face shift from Thompson. Thompson's going to survive. Ari to fall. As Tundra, they'll come out on top as they take down all of OG.
Thompson Godson came out there for sure.
He was.
The kiting of this Lina.
Well,
that was beautiful. Uragi looked maybe like he was that raid boss they couldn't deal with, but perfectly dancing around him. Taser, disarming, silencing, kiting. That was beautiful there from Tundra. And Whisper again, can't quite get the connection. He blinks, tries to skewer at the start of the fight. I don't think it's a single person. RP comes out but gets countered.
It's also kind of awkwardly split around these stairs. He's down there. I think he does get like, 3 of them in the RP. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They don't have to follow up. And even if there was to be, the counterplay was there. He doesn't catch, of course, Pure. That Song of the Siren gives Tundra ample amount of time to just take those couple of seconds, decide on which targets they want to prioritize first in a way that's going to allow them to clean up the team fight. Clean up the team fight they do, and it continues. They catch Seb as Tundra immediately get in onto OG's jungle. Mind control as well, definitely starting to build the momentum. These sort of jumps, the plays that he was making that last fight with this war stomp that he's got.
Huge.
It's just a little bit much for OG right now. I mean, Tundra, they're getting a lead.
This is insane for Mind Control, really. Like, again, a really, really tough start. They get me 7-1 and 8. He's getting the ideal jumps, the ideal dooms. Love that he went just for Blink Veil, and then now back for Shiva's pretty standard.
And BZM! They're going to try and dive him underneath the tier 2. Pure Thompson, Mike Shot, they're straight onto him. He just melts in an instant. The plays don't stop it from Tundra. Sort of feels like they're taking a page out of OG's book. Because OG, they're the ones now that get completely overwhelmed by these plays that Tundra are just throwing at them again and again.
And now that after these items are starting to flurry out quickly, right? Yep. Pure, he now has his Orchid getting closer to his Turtle Shroud. He's accelerating fast versus these fast farming heroes.
No, he's not afraid
to get their Midas
on
on Whisper. Yeah, they've got these double Midases on OG, and it's absolutely. I feel like it is going to start getting pretty punished. This Greaves on this support techies and stuff. It's very nice to play versus.
It does seem like it. I mean, I'm not too sure if this has been sort of a thing across the region or if it's just an OG thing, but some teams pretty much ignore Midas completely right in this patch. So definitely a different approach here from OG, which is, without a doubt, it's definitely hindered Whisper's game. He's slipping far, far behind. They need to make some plays. They need to get back in on this. They're trying with the smoker, but mines are out. So Tundra, they're going to sense that this sort of movement's coming over towards them. In fact, over towards the side, Whisper, he'll grab the techies. He'll grab 9 class. So they'll get something, but it's definitely not one of the big kills they're hoping for. They need to find one of Tundra's cores. Pure in particular, he's starting to get completely out of control. He's full internal shroud now as well. Even if they do jump him, between the Manta and the Shroud, he's got many ways to play his way out of these jumps, unless OG commit all of their ultimates on top of him.
Yeah, lanes are starting to be an issue. These illusions, plus these treants and stuff like that, they're starting to have a little bit of a difficult time pushing them in and finding those adequate fights for OG.
Thompson.
He's just messing with them.
Yeah, he knows they're there. He's really getting into the groove now in his puck.
And they've got pretty much everything at the ready. A lot of items have come in these last 5 minutes or so just from those two little successful fights. Yeah, they're ready. Tundra
knows that they're hot at the fights, even though OG have their ultimates. They have the RP, they have the Black Hole. Tundra, they do not care right now. They know that they can take them on.
Uragi's still very scary, but if they can get to him and they can isolate him, which they were able to last time, he will go down. And now Pure might, this time now Pure might just live, right? Last time Pure died just because he was a little bit fragile and he got caught by the spells. This time, he'll tank through it.
Absolutely, yeah. This shroud making a huge amount of difference. You can imagine in these fights. And they can just walk into the Roche pit. Again, it just really shows how fearless Tundra are. There's these big teamfight ultimates on OG's lineup. Tundra don't care. They feel that there's no threat from those spells right now.
A Naga Siren draft getting this Roche is pretty big versus Alina. You may have anticipated that OG, with the way that they were starting this early game, they would be able to get it, but yeah, 2 big fights. Tundra. 2 big fights and just multiple catches with MC. He's going to be nearing that BKB. That's going to allow him to kind of just bypass everything to find Alina, or the DK, whichever target he wants for the Doom.
It seemed like draft-wise they had a bit of a kind of a cute answer to the letting the Doom through, letting that be the first pick, but at this point now, yeah, MC, he's really in his element. 7, 1, and 9. The Doom, an absolute problem for OG in these team fights.
And they did like kind of own him in the laning phase too. Like,
they did. It just hasn't mattered. You look, look at MC, look at Whisper. It's the 2K gold difference, and just the impact. Right, Whisper has not been able to, so far at least, come in with anything as flashy as MC's been able to pull off in these team fights on the Doom. He's going to try now though. He's got an Invis Rune, Whisper. He's going to get the jump. RP there onto mind control, securing back. The song's there. Yuragi pops the BKB. He's trying to commit fully in onto mind control. The damage from the Maelstrom is not enough. Mind control's able to walk it off. They'll lose Seb. Jump forward with a blast off. He's able to catch on to both the 2 of them. Pure, he's perfectly fine. He's just sitting at full HP. They cannot harm this Naga Siren. It's going to be 4 heroes going down on OG as BZM gets caught by the net. They just can't fight them right now. Tundra, they're too strong.
Can't touch them. They can't even really kill much of anybody. They go Whitemon, but the Doom just takes absolutely everything. Doesn't care at all. Beautiful song again, Pure.
He might even find the kind of clean up to the team fight here, Ari. He's up to the high ground. Pure will definitely see if he can get a grab on him, but Ari's hidden in the trees. He'll be fine.
Yeah, this greed has now it's all everything is fully online. Yeah, Pure Bloodthorn now finished. Also, heroes are going to die super fast, and they've gotten great control of the map. Another tower to fall. And the frequency of these spells are just going to keep coming back up. Doom is a bit on cooldown, but Coil's back up in 15. Pure's nearing 18 already. Super high level Naga Siren.
Well, on the plus side for OG, if it gets to the high ground defense, they've got the wombo combo turnaround, right? If they get some sort of blink, skewer, RP into black hole, maybe they can trip up the high ground attempts from Tundra. Maybe they can get a catch outside the base. They're looking towards mind control.
Ragi. No BKB
by
for
the
5.
Glimmer Cave. They turn over towards him. Mind control. He just straight back in with the wall stop on towards Juragi. Juragi gets torn apart here by the illusions of Pure. As Juragi's out for 50. OG, they've got to scramble back up to their high ground. They've got no place to be here out on the map. I mean, maybe Whisper's considering another jump, but the RP's still cooldown for 10 seconds. OG, once again, they just cannot punish Tundra, just walking up and killing their carry in front of them all.
They must have had like perfect timing too, because it's like 3 seconds or 5 seconds on that BKB when they jump him, chain stun him, just dead to the illusions in an instant. And now they're swinging. No Lina. They feel like they can catch pretty much anybody. Whisper trying to bail away.
Yeah, he knows Whisper's around here, and Whitemon's going to help find him out. He's going for the TP, but the net's there. Another kill. Tundra. They looked good earlier this afternoon against Entity, and now coming in on this game 1 against OG, they're popping off.
This is looking quite reminiscent also to the early game. This one, it definitely suffered a little bit for the first 10, but ever since then, it's been all Tundra. Thompson just needed a little bit of time to get that item online, and he's really been cruising on this buck. Yeah, I feel like ever since they got the 2 Blink Daggers, the Doom first one and then Thompson's Blink, everything's just been, every fight from there has been well controlled by them.
And the damage is just going to be ridiculous when he gets his Ags done over this Maelstrom and Witchblade. Level 18, huge amounts of damage to be done during the Dream Coil. Anyone that gets caught and jumped, they're in a whole world of pain. I mean, OG, they have the RP and the Black Hole to play around with aggressively, but at the end of the day, if Yuragi does get the gap closed upon him, there's not really a lot that OG can do to try and peel him back away and get him to safety away from the initiation of Tundra.
No, not until like way later stages, if it even comes, where it's like there's some BKBs and stuff on Enigma, but that's not happening with the way this is going. Seb just not finding any farm. No, they've lost every engagement with him. Just
trying to get what he can to help Yuragi out, get this Lotus online, so there can be at least some potential stop to the first jump setup that Tundra throw at the Lina in the midst of these team fights.
Tundra is, they know how strong they are. They know how much they've dominated in these last 10 plus 10, 15, whatever minutes. They have a gem now. MC cruising with Topson, looking to control more and more of the map.
Yeah, DD Rune as well in on Topson for the bottle.
They have full info. They know that nobody was on bottom side. They have that ward top that spotted, I believe, 2 heroes for a second there.
See what OG's
A blink
recovery.
on Seb.
Okay.
Still potential for Wombo combo, but
There is. There's always,
very
you know,
complicated.
with the black holes and the RPs, there's a hope, but it's the fact that Pure's been playing pretty solid with his position, and as long as he doesn't get caught and he's got that Song of the Siren ready to go, it's highly likely that whatever spell ultimate OG can set up onto any of the other cores, the other members of Tundra, that whole effort's just going to be put to waste, and then you're sitting on those incredibly long cooldowns before you're able to even have another chance of going for it again. So as long as Pure plays his cards right, he can put a stop to anything OG throw at Tundra in this attempt to make a comeback.
Absolutely. And Nightclass is just scouting excellently with these mines. They have so much information from the mines, the treants, and the illusions. Always seem to know exactly where OG's pretty much poised. OG's trying to get White
Chase a bit for Whitemon. It's a risky move. They don't want to go too deep here as Tundra will respond. Pure turns up. Mind control. OG, they're aware of it, scouting things out here with the illusions from BZM, so they'll fall back.
Do you get the super loud DK illusions when he pops Manta as well? I still always get them. They're so loud.
I know what you mean. I don't know if I've had it yet today. Maybe some of the viewers have on the stream, but I know exactly what you mean. Where it just goes.
You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
I just got deafened by the DK illusions. OG tried to make a small aggressive move there. They had like maybe a small window to catch the NP, but yeah, quickly gets pushed away and back to the normal here for Tundra, just controlling the map nicely.
How's Jiragi's farm doing? He's still a little bit
okay.
behind Pure, but it's not bad. He just needs so much. He needs that Hurricane Pike to be able to distance himself, potentially get away from anyone that jumps upon him, gets himself out of any sort of sprouted situations that Whitemon's going to be trying to use against him. But then he also needs the damage. He also needs that Daedalus. So it still feels like he's a couple items short of being the powerful force they need to be able to have the chance of just having that damage to tear down these tanky heroes like Mind Control and Pure.
Yeah, I mean, he really needs. His damage can actually do pretty okay once, especially 20 talent and stuff like that, if they can land the big CC. That's going to be the question of the game, really, for Whisper is he going to be able to land into these RPs? Because so far this game, it's just not happened. It's been much easier for MC to just gets the point and click, right? He's just like, I do you, easy. And for Whisper, it's just a bit more complicated and hasn't been able to find it.
Seb actually did have the Lotus queued up earlier, but he's going down the route that you suggested he might need to. Just building for himself now. BKB's queued up. I know that they're pretty much potentially their only hope really is on just landing these big ultimates, setting up the fight in a way that Jirachi can just go to town with the right clicks from a distance.
You have to hope that Tundra makes some big mistakes of like clumping in these upcoming fights, because the Lina can deliver if they get the catch on those big ultis. But yeah, it's all going to come down to the if. For Tundra, they can get the catches much easier with their heroes. A swing across, bringing 3-4 heroes top. Pure continues controlling bottom. This is a very high level Nagas. I've just been watching. He's level 20. Like sometimes you see like level 17 or something. No, he's keeping pace with Alina.
No, that's very true. Yeah, he's not been sitting back in some corner of the map while he just lets the illusions do the work. He's been getting involved in the action, and yeah, he's been farming very aggressively because of the fact that he's had this chance to get ahead, and he's just really not scared at all of anybody jumping him. Anyone jumps him, it's almost guaranteed that he'll be able to pop Manta, pop Song of the Siren. They just don't kill this Naga Siren right now.
No. Big item pickups. Not item. Aghanims on Topson, plus he has an Arcane Rune. But looking to just control overall with the lane positioning right now. Whisper, I think, got Octarine in those last few moments. So, I mean, he has more frequency of being able to do these skewer plays and stuff like that if they go toward high ground.
Bro, more frequency on the Midas. I mean, that feels like where we're going to see the most impact right now because he's just not getting to RP.
It's true. Yeah, I think it's going to be more for just skewers and shockwave spams, and it just, that's kind of going to be it for him until later in farming that BKB. I think without BKB jumping in is quite complicated for him.
Aegis on Thompson. Talking about jumping in, Thompson, he'll be more than willing to jump in. And even if he does, with that Arcane Rune in the next fight, he is going to be a really tricky one for them to catch. Somebody's got to focus their efforts on him. Their best chance is really getting in with a Dragon Tail. Outside of that, it's very easy for someone like Thompson to just jump around anything else that OG try and throw down against him.
Dire's middle tower is under
Last few moments though, gold has started to shift it slightly for OG. I think, what, 2K or 3K swing when Tundra was going for Roche and stuff like that. Everyone just split up around the map.
Yep. Well, that's the power of the... that's where the Midases will pay off in moments like these, where things do quiet down a bit.
Yeah, Midases plus Seb just using Eidolons to farm. Thompson.
Yuragi, he's under reward. They've got him with the Dream Call. He's going to go for the BKB TP out. Have they got anything to stop it? They don't. He's out. He's away. Whitemon quickly in with the backline TP, seeing if he can find anyone else. He knows that if Yuragi's here, there's a high likelihood that some of the supports are as well. Seb hiding in the tree line. They're trying to search around a little bit, but they won't quite find him. Seb able to make it out. Same to be said for Ari. OG, they get out.
They actually get out with that. The end of some good farm. Ari, I think, has a full... Is that a full Lotus now? And Seb getting closer and closer to BKB. So things are starting to get picked up. The ease of being able to land those big ultis, which they do still need to land for this Lina, starting to get a little bit easier for them.
Continue to keep this bottom lane pushed in here with the illusions from Pure. They're bringing in the mid, so they can go for potentially some tier 2s here off the back of the Aegis on Thompson. Smoke up from Ari and Yuragi. Doesn't look like they're going to go with anything for that. Just was a smoke to get themselves back out on the map. This bottom lane and mid lane being pressured in heavily by Tundra now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Look at this tier 2. Yep, number one to be taken here. Tundra holding the lead. See if they want to tackle the high ground. There's 2.5 minutes left on Thompson's Aegis. Definitely respecting the fact that OG do have these ultimates to play the high ground advantage with. Tundra, they're being careful. They'd rather look for the pickoffs outside of the base first. They start to sweep back over to their jungle, their half of the map. Pure, he's got the song set up, and he's found the 3 of them. Teepa's coming out. Okay, yeah, Whitemon's in, and he's ready to start interacting with Yuragi on the back lines. Stepping forward, BZM's going to get Lotused by Ari, but he will also get left behind. Ari, he'll turn with a sharpshooter. BZM's incredibly tanky. Mind now drops down the Doom, but there is backup around. Seb, Ari, and Yuragi here to make sure that BZM has the space to back off. In fact, they get back in aggressive. They look towards Pure. BKB's popping from Yuragi. He's going to go full focus on towards 9 class. Again, getting away somehow. It's Glimmer. They don't quite have to take it upon him. 9 class is still alive. The rest of them, they have to TP out. Seb's going to bail out of there. Whitemon with the buyback will be able to cut off the potential escape from Ari. He's in with the Sprout. Ari tries to turn, but Mind Control jumps in to finish off the job. They get Ari, but at the end of it all, it is just a support for support trade. Quick moves from OG ensure that everybody else gets out of there. Despite that sort of setup with the Song of the Siren, this time around it was Tundra that didn't have nearly enough damage to deal with these heroes such as BZM's DK. That
was huge, honestly, for OG. BZM gets Doom, he's able to walk away. A lot of little mechanic thing coming in there, just playing inside the trees to stop and just over and over making keep missing it. That's huge for OG. They're getting some big scaling, and that's the Aegis timing from Tundra there, that they're not able to find that many big, not much big stuff at all. And now, I mean, RP's at the ready. This DK form is always up. So the fighting for OG, it's starting to get a little bit easier as this game progresses. They are still getting big scaling. BKB on the horizon for Seb too.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Tundra, for the most part, they do sort of have the control on the map, but taking this lead to the next step was always going to be the difficult point. It's definitely proving to be. They yet feeling capable of approaching the high ground. And yeah, the Midas, both of them right, the Octarine Midases, it is going to start paying off. Maybe OG, they were always setting themselves up for a bit of a tough mid-game with the knowledge that as moments pass, it's just going to get more and more frustrating and difficult for Tundra to find a way to close this one up.
Yuragi. Thompson's on him.
It's a lot of damage. He's out though, and Yuragi's able to turn with the Gleitman, the Light Strike Array. Thompson, that's the Aegis gone. BKB TP out from Yuragi. He does not want to mess around anymore with this. He'll get out of this one. The song's there from Pure. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to go offensive. He's using it to back out.
I mean, this is huge. OG, yeah, the scaling is absolutely coming into play. The longer and longer it goes.
Look at this damage top.
BZM is being a menace.
Yeah, he really is. The Rat coming in here with the Manta Axe DK illusions. And it needs to be answered. This is damage being done. The range racks, they're going to be gone for sure. And the melee racks themselves, they take quite a bit of a hit as well from these illusions.
Hey, Whiteman's like, guys, I can't handle this.
Someone else has got to get back. There's half the health of the melee racks gone as well.
Oh, MC! He's found him.
He's found him. And the main one. See if they've got the damage. Whiteman as well. He's going to opt for the TP out. He'll get out, but of course he's going to be left very low. And indeed low enough to get killed off. BZM will fall. They get the kill.
Great, again, MC, knowing exactly where he's standing. Perfect doom. A good attempt there from BZM. Gets like the angle for him to be able to TP without them stopping it, but it doesn't matter. That is a wild game.
This is really sort of prepping up to be quite some game one. At Tundra, they have this lead, but you cannot count OG out. Absolutely not. With the way that they've been able to hold back.
And the way they're itemizing, they're looking for big scaling, and a Naga Siren, as the game progresses, does start to hit a bit of a ceiling.
Yuragi's got to that point. Earlier we were waiting for some of that timing of him able to get the Hurricane Pike finished into the Daedalus. He can get that done. He's able to get his hands on the Demon Edge. Soon to hit the 25 as well. It's going to be a ridiculous amount of damage coming out from the Lina, and with great frontline potential from this Enigma and Magnus if the jumps are there.
Yeah, we're set up for some beautiful later stages of gameplay, depending on what happens. If Thompson continues getting the scaling, if he keeps getting like the levels for 25 and items for damage to perhaps kill heroes through, through their debuff immunities, even if they're black holing or whatnot. There's definitely some crazy type of mechanical stuff that's going to be coming in here. Lane's all shoved in though. Tundra continue to keep control of that, crew themselves back up to that 12k gold lead.
Yeah.
But OG is smoking out, feeling strong. BKB done on Enigma.
Yeah, done on Whisper as well.
Oh yeah, good call. That could be huge for the next fight for the Lane as well.
And the Pure's around here, Whisper. See, hard to catch them by surprise with all these mines laid down. 9 class. Definitely being a bit of a nuisance when it comes to getting the setup. In fact, they dropped the coil on a Whisper. He'll BKB and attempt to walk this off immediately. Does not want to fight around with the threat of the impending damage that can follow up to that Dream Coil. Especially with the Dream Coil alone with that Aghanim's Maelstrom from Thompson bringing down that Whisper Mag very low.
That is what? That's just the one BKB that was used, but it is a BKB, and Puck, I believe it was an Arcane Rune, so Coil's back up in 20 seconds. They've got good control of the lanes as well, too, so if they see this Magnus again, could just see Thompson go for it.
Fogged?
Yes?
Am I missing something completely?
What's that?
I mean, I'll be honest, I've not watched all the game. There's a basher on the Nature's Prophet.
Got to stop that black hole.
I mean, if he's feeling lucky, you got to be feeling lucky. Yeah.
I just watched Baboka with a basher on Lion, so but that was a very different 100-minute game.
Okay. I mean, I like it. I'm always a fan of getting the basher on the ranged heroes for the memes. As you say, this is looking for that black hole cancel. If it happens, it's amazing. If it doesn't, it's not amazing. I like it though, Whitemon here. With
if it happens, it can be game winning. It can legit win you a game off of a bash.
I like because look, he was building the hex, but the recipe is like, no, screw that. That's not going to help me against the BKB Enigma. I'm going to buy a basher. Let's see if he can do it.
Oh my god, I can't wait.
If he gets that bash, I'm just watching the Nature's Prophet right now. See if Whitemon gets those bashes.
I got to keep track of that now. That's
see if we get any clutch bashes. We've got to look out for that.
Yuragi front line. They see Seb.
That's a BKB from Seb. Seb gets a little spooked out there. I think sort of by the setup that they have with the Aghanim's Wrath and Nature catching him. He BKBs. They smoke up. They're keeping their distance here, OG. They've got to be careful. Tundra, see if they want to try and fight any further into this position. It's a bit of a tough position to enter into. OG having the favorable high ground area. They're trying to scout it out with the illusions, but the smoke continues here for OG. Tundra, they'll now smoke up themselves. No BKB on Seb for this fight.
BK illusions to scout.
Thompson. He's in. Trying to get some further information. Pure. He's in on the front lines, ready with some sort of potential song setup.
Yuragi's hit 25 just before this team fight, so he's got the Dragon Slave talent. He's got the
crazy
talent.
damage. He's going to get the jump on who? Now Tundra. They are the ones up on the high ground. OG getting forced back, pressured back. Still, 35 seconds until BKB is going to be available again for Seb.
Tense moments. Did they see Thompson's Lincolns? I didn't see if they saw it on him yet.
I don't know, he was in and out so quickly. They may not have. There's the jump, mind control. We're trying to try and get in there, get the dream call off onto Whisper. Whisper's falling low. Whisper's just going to be straight up dead. He's out for 75. Yuragi will manage to get out by the looks of it. Immediate TP as soon as he gets doomed. Yuragi's back to the safety at the fountain. Ari's going to get left behind. Whitemon will find him. Tundra, they get the 2 kills.
See, again and again, he's finding the target, just gets the Doom. Yuragi just insta to bail, and Whisper, also, he is having a rough one after having a good laning start. I mean, that was a long, long time ago, but he's gotten pretty much nothing this game.
Didn't get the BKB off, maybe felt that the BKB wouldn't save him in that situation. So, yeah,
I didn't quite get to see.
Yeah, he had it available, I just maybe felt that the right clicks alone would have still been enough. That was the fight that Tundra hoped for.
Yeah, and these type of fights with Doom, especially at these later stages, it's back up when the heroes respawn every single time. So.
Oh, dude, did we see any bashes? Did Whitemon get a bash off in that fight?
I don't even know if he got any hits off. I actually didn't see. I was looking at Yuragi and just him keeping out. I figured the fight was mostly just done immediately.
Oh. What of a pause here. Question mark? You don't question mark. Can't question mark as well after they've given an explanation of the pause. Come on, Nine.
He might have had him muted.
I think he probably did.
It's very likely they all have each other.
I think they definitely have each other muted. Indeed, a bit of lag problems.
It's been a really cool game so far.
It has been. It's only game 1 of the best of 5. This is heating up to be a good one. 17k lead for Tundra, but as I say, you can't count OG out. They do have the tools and the means to hold that high ground. We saw earlier Tundra start to build up that lead, but not quite being able to be in that position where they were ready to push the high ground. That sort of situation is going to continue even to the later stages, and maybe even more so when OG get their items. They can just do that bit much more from that advantageous position. It's not easy for Tundra to close this one up, even if they build a significant gold lead.
It could end explosively. This game could end just abruptly, but this game also could just drag out where it's like, one misstep by Tundra, they get skewered into the fountain or something, a black hole. That's where OG can start to come back and thrive. Tundra, for the most part of this now, have had a firm grasp and continue to get these Aegises, and Thompson getting closer and closer to 25. They're going to start having refresh your Dooms. Starting to have more and more answers as well, too, when they have this much map control. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Thompson's damage. Soon 25 with Parasma. PCM. Gonna hunt here with his ninja gear.
Radiant are scanning.
Everything's back up. Double Dooms at the ready. Thompson at halfway to 25.
I mean, if you are Tundra, how do you deal with this struggle of going high ground? Is it a case of waiting for those next sort of milestones, as you mentioned? Or do you have to go now? Do you expect with this Aegis they do feel some sort of pressure to try and break the base of OG?
Aegis has tended to be one of those answers for like the dawn of Dota, right? That's how you stop the big wombo combo ulti. So it could be an option for them if they see a good opportunity. It's always scared going for high ground. Find Ari.
A freebie.
And that's 25. I mean, these constant pickoffs are big for Thompson.
Not be a bad time to try and do something. You've still got that Aegis. Ari is out for a minute. Was spending up in an attempt to get his next set of items done. So no buyback for him.
BGM? Okay. He just breathed fired right there. Can't quite see him though. That was scary for a second. If Whitemon actually was a little bit closer, maybe curses and gets a hex off on him. That would have been devastating. I think a lot of people don't really count out the vision that this Curse of Old Growth does. It's insane.
Rising Yuragi, 9+. They know where Yuragi is, man. Sees him with the Doom. They've got to try and get Yuragi out of it, and they will. He's going to be down for the low ground, but
it's on him.
He's in with the Song. They've caught the two of them together. BZM punts the BKB. RP's there from Whisper trying to protect Yuragi, but it won't work. Yuragi goes down. He's out for 100. Seb, he's in with a black hole. He's caught the three, and the Core's going to be there for the black hole. Catches the big ones. He catches Pure, catches Whitemon. The two of them taken out. Yuragi's in with the buyback. Looks towards MC. MC's going to get glimmered up. We'll get saved for now. Doesn't mean that 9+ gets left behind, or maybe not. The blast up there down to the low ground. It doesn't matter. Whisper skewers forward, kills him off. The threat at the high ground defense, catching Tundra there. As Seb's in with a big 3-man black hole, puts a stop to it. They do have to commit with the buyback of Yuragi to make this play work, but it certainly does. The Gleipnir into the light strike. They'll get Thompson the once, take the Aegis out of his hands. See if they can time the lockdown to try and go for him a second time round. The phase shift. Well, down to the river, quick waning lift up the high ground. He'll get out the second time. Unless BZM
BZM's still in.
BZM's in with his job. They're able to get him. The Dragon Tail stun to pop through the link as they get the silence.
No way.
A follow-up from BZM's Orchid into the bushwhack. It's still not quite enough damage. Yuragi's still seeing if he can get into the follow-up. The stun, it's not going to connect Thompson. It doesn't matter. The pull's back's there from the shockwave. They get Thompson as well. A huge hold, a huge turnaround. As I say, it costs Yuragi his buyback, but it's absolutely worth it. And now OG, they get the chance to approach Tundra's half of the map and approach their base.
Holy crap. That was, I can't believe they caught him on the puck. That persistent chase, the low cooldown on Skewer and everything. Holy moly. Yuragi, though, it's costly, but they're getting good damage.
Yeah. The absolute worth on the buyback there from Yuragi. Big items coming out now with the money they picked up from that fight. The refresh is now done on Whisper. The damage, of course, we saw what was being done earlier by BZM and his illusions. It tears through these buildings. The tier 3s are gone. They will respect the fact that Pure and Mind Control are back up. They don't want to push it too hard, OG. They know that with those last few moments, they have managed to do an excellent job of shutting down that lead that Tundra had. It's now just down to the 13k advantage.
Right, that's that one shakeup. One more of those, perhaps, and this could just start getting very difficult for Tundra. They still have great ways to take the fights if they can get these targets. Still have this big lead, but that is massive there for OG. This Lina needs to be addressed in the next fight, too. If she dies once more, that could just be it, so. Tense moments. Thompson respawning in 20.
Full
Bloodthorn now also. Yep.
No, BZM.
They're smoked. Yep. Seb's got hole ready. They want to catch him off guard here.
Tundra very scared right now. They have this gold lead, but as we've seen, it doesn't matter. The high ground hold, the team fights now with the items that OG's lineups managed to get online. They land them right. Really does put redundancy to a lot of the advantage that Tundra have with their farm, especially on Pure. If this Naga Siren gets dealt with, there's not a whole lot left from the rest of Tundra's lineup to keep the team fight held together and offer that scalable damage that they need to kill some of OG's heroes. Even some of the supports now from OG getting slipperier and slipperier. Seb picking up the Shadow Blade for the setup late game. That late game invis can never be understated.
This next Rosh is going to be absolutely everything, it feels like. Already starting to prepare themselves for it. Bottom side. Smoke from Tundra trying to reconfirm or get some type of control down here, because right now the vision from OG is a little bit better.
Tundra with the
smoke.
smoke.
Yuragi's standing in the fight.
He's heading in first to see what he can find. He's going to get found by BZM. Straight up with the Dragon Tail in the bushwhack. 9 class. He'll get the glimmer off. Tries to back away. The sharpshooter catches him.
They're on
He's
Yuragi.
going to pop the ult. Whisper, he's holding the RP, but he doesn't really get anything. The second one, it will get Pure. That costs him 2 RPs though to try and lock down Pure, and there's no follow-up. Seb's dropped to Black Hole. He's caught Thompson and MC, but this time around there is not the follow-up. Seb to fall. Tundra
Great fight from
taking
Thompson.
this team fight. Maybe even getting more BZM's going to opt for the BKB TP out. He'll make it away. But
That
they
was
were
sick.
prepared that time round. I mean, the fact that 9 Class can walk up like that, he doesn't even get close to getting killed off.
He gave information. That was the big thing. I think the Nature's Prophet route bounces, hits Yuragi, and Thompson, 0 hesitation. Blink coils on the backline, and there's no follow-up. Yuragi can't do anything in the fight. It's uses control from this puck. Seb tries to black hole him. It whiffs. Hard fight there. A perfect one for Tundra.
Yeah, proving to be very difficult as well for Whisper to just get the RP. It's both of them being dropped down. Only the second one making the connection, but just onto Pure as well. It didn't matter. Pure, he's got up to high ground. He's ready to jump in, gets him on top of BZM. BZM's going to get caught up inside the base. He's out for 95. They might have to consider buybacks. He's inside the trees. They're on top of Yuragi. Yuragi is getting completely focused down. The buyback's coming out, but it doesn't matter. Yuragi's out for 2 minutes. No buyback. Seb fought back for this as well as BZM. The Dream calls for Thompson, catches the 2 of them. They're out as well. Double dieback. It's game over. GG is called. Tundra have done it. They've broken the high ground, broken the base, and taken game 1 against OG.
Wow. That was very cool the way that they did this one. I mean, I have to give a lot of credit to my control for a pretty much flawless performance on this Doom after struggling in the lane. Catches every single Doom perfectly, it feels like, afterwards.